Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, I am Daisy Fox and this is Daisy Fox Tarot. For those of you who are not so new here, welcome back. I'm so glad you guys decided to join us today. Let's see, today we are doing your life path or purpose revealed, okay? We are going to find out what it is that you are meant to do here in this lifetime, all right? So I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from, all right? Pile number 1, we have Athena with Goddess and the Mind, and here is your card. Pile number 2, I have, and I'm gonna do my best to pronounce her name. I believe she's from Vietnamese story, so my pronunciation is gonna be absolutely awful, you guys, but Trio T Trin? I'm not sure, you all, but she is a heroine, the rebel, okay? So this is your card if you feel drawn to pile number 2, or if you feel drawn to this card, pile number 2 will be your pile, rather. And then for pile number 3, we have Urduja here. She is a heroine and she is known as the diplomat. Okay, so these are your 3 piles to pick from. You can pause the video if you need a little bit more time. No panic picking, okay, you guys. I'll have the timestamps in the description box down below if you want to go check those out and look at what those numbers are. If there are any numbers that call to you, that are resonating for you, you can choose that way, okay? Know that you will never pick incorrectly, all right? If you feel drawn to more than one pile, that's because there's more than one message for you in this reading. So my suggestion is to pick the pile that you feel the strongest pull towards first, watch that pile, and then go back and watch the others that you felt drawn to, okay? You'll have secondary messages in those piles for you. Let's see, what else? I think that's it, you guys. I'm super excited to do this for you guys today, give you guys this reading and find out what it is that your life path or purpose is, okay? So really excited. I will see you all in your readings in just a second. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen Athena, Goddess, and the Mind is her kind of key phrase here. We're going to find out what it is that your life path or purpose, okay? What is your life path or purpose here on this earth during this lifetime, okay? So we are going to take a look and find that out for you guys. I've got quite a few decks here. We're going to flush it out as best we can, particularly for it being a general reading. But if you guys are interested in having a private reading or a personal reading regarding your life path and purpose, you can go click my Etsy link down below. I'm offering those readings. I'll do a personal reading for you guys, send you a report, just a typed report that shows everything that I read, I intuited for you guys. But anyways, if you're interested in that, there's a link down below in the description box. But let's go ahead and jump in to find out your life path or purpose, okay? So starting with Athena here, let's chat about her for a minute and then we'll grab these other cards. So Athena is the goddess of wisdom, okay? Keywords for her like strategy, cunning, okay? She is greatly respected for having, for being so wise, for giving wise counsel, okay, to both gods and heroes alike, right? She talks about being decisive, strategic, making plans of actions and sticking to them, okay? Not waiting for anyone's permission to live your own life, being the master of your own domain, okay? So that is what Athena is. That's kind of what she represents, okay? That wisdom, that mastery as well, okay? Over her own life, over her own fate. So very interesting energy there for you guys. Let's go ahead and draw these other cards for you all. Let's find out a little bit more about your life path or life purpose. You guys, I cannot speak today. Ooh, okay. We have Lavender here with Weaver. Beautiful card here. Absolutely beautiful card. right? It's number 20 with Weaver. And then I'm going to draw your other oracle cards, and then I'll look in the guidebook. We'll learn a little bit more about this lavender card for you, learn a little bit more about the specifics here. So my pile number one's their life purpose. Carrying that card there for you. And then let's go ahead and turn that over. We have preparation. Ooh, okay. And then final oracle card for you all before we jump in. We have Jolly Jellyfish. Acceptance, faith, transparency. Excuse me. Says let me go back. Fluid form, floating in the sea, release my doubt and let my light shine. Ooh. You guys are meant to shine in this lifetime. 100% is what I'm hearing here. Okay. Meant to shine. Right. And transparency here. Be yourself as well. Like you're going to shine, but you're not going to have to be someone else or be some weird version of you that you feel like it's going to be more accepted. I'm hearing here part of your life path and purpose here is to be unapologetically yourself, to be transparent, and to be loved and admired. And respected for that as well. Particularly with this Athena card here. Athena was greatly respected by all of the other gods, heroes within the pantheon, okay? The Greek pantheon. She's very, very highly respected, okay? And then preparation here. I feel like this is... I'm not sure. We'll have to look. Get your tarot cards, but it's very much feeling like in this lifetime, like you've either been prepared for this in previous lifetimes, or you are currently, or this whole lifetime has been leading up. It's been preparing you for being this person who just shines, this person who just radiates light and energy just by being themselves. Let's go ahead though, before we get any further, let's grab the guidebook and we'll learn a little bit more about this lavender card for you guys. Let's see here. Where is it at? There it is. So key phrases, key words here for the lavender card. It is ruled by Mercury, okay? So weaver of potential, new beginnings, intuitive intellect, contemplative phase, emotional fulfillment, walking in alignment. Okay, let's see here what else we have for this. Let's see. I'm going to read this little guidance part here because it talks about the spider web and the significance of that. I like to read the little guidance spots because I feel like they really bring in all the imagery together. So it's much like the medicine of the spider, a master communicator that organizes, refines, and systematizes many elements in life. Lavender's medicine provides us the power of discipline and focus energy. Okay, key elements to enable aligned manifestation. The spider is here today to remind you that when you're not communicating from higher alignment, we quickly become entangled, overly critical, and even block the flow of creativity and healing communication. Connect to the energy of the spiral to journey deep into your shadows and allow the self-organizing system to facilitate higher alignment to your foundation when needed. Use the gifts of communication such as music, poetry, art, and dance to nurture creativity as you weave your life. Okay, pile number one. Such an amazing message coming through for you, talking about really what your purpose is here, okay? And that is to... your purpose is to bring this disciplined mind, okay, to bring in this creativity as well around that. I feel like you're very much a balanced person between like this creative flow and then this more practical side. I think that's where this wisdom comes from. You're probably someone who people come to for advice, okay? They like the advice that they give. They feel like you give pretty good advice. People tend to listen to your advice as well. You just have a lot of wise things to say. I feel like you're somebody who doesn't say much, but when you do, it's like people listen because you don't say much. They're like, oh, they don't say a lot normally. So when they're saying something, I'm going to tune in and I'm going to listen to what it is that they have to share, because it's probably going to be very meaningful. It's going to be very profound. It's going to contain some sort of nugget of wisdom that I hadn't previously considered. Okay. I feel like that's like, you are that person. Okay. And something I'm seeing here with this lavender card as well, she has this baby strapped to her shoulders or strapped to her back. Okay. I'm seeing that it's like you're paving a way for future generations as well. Perhaps you're ending. This talks about being entangled. Okay. And she's like walking away from that entanglement, that web there. So it's possible. And she's walking away too with this child on her back. So to me, you might be someone, or you might be here to really break down certain generational patterns and traumas that have been occurring to everyone in your line, you know, your ancestors and maybe even future descendants. And you're here to walk away from that and make a new clear path for future generations. Okay. Even if you're someone who's not interested in having children yourself, this is still something you can do with nieces, nephews, just any sort of children that you spend time around, you know, by offering them the type of, validation, love, and maybe even comfort that you yourself didn't receive early on. Okay. So definitely seeing you breaking generational curses here, even just by being yourself also is what I'm hearing here too. Just by being yourself, you're breaking generational curses. And I feel like this lavender card really, as I was reading all of those different little keywords and key phrases about lavender, I feel like it was almost describing you. Let me grab that again and just run through those. There were so many, but I mean, they were just so hard hitting. Okay. A master communicator that organizes, refines, and systematizes many elements in life. I feel like that's very much, it's interesting to see the synchronicities here between this and Athena, and the type of goddess Athena is. A master communicator, very organized, very well respected. Okay. Definitely this like old soul, mature type of energy here. Okay. Let's see here. And then using the gifts of communication. Okay. We have that with Athena as well. And I think you are very, like I said, I think you're very in tune with like your creative side. Music might be your thing. Poetry might be your thing. Art might be your thing. There's some sort of creative side to you too. And it might be, especially if you're a fairly practical person, it might be kind of hard to express those things sometime, to be fully transparent with your creativity. Okay. But I'm seeing here a bit of a call to do that right off the bat with these oracle cards before we even get into your tarot, is to allow yourself to be open and vulnerable when it comes to these creative endeavors. Your path or your purpose might lie somewhere along those lines or along that journey, where you're opening up yourself and allowing yourself to be seen, allowing your creativity to be seen, okay, and witnessed by others. But okay, guys, let's jump into the tarot now. I feel like I've said enough about all of those. We're going to learn a little bit more about this preparation card as well. Get a little bit of details about that here. So let's find out what, way too many cards here, way too many cards. But this one, and okay. Those two both want to come out. Let's make room here. And I think this one just is going to hang out over there until we feel ready for her. And then my final card for my beautiful pile number ones. Okay. Let's see what we have here. We have Ace of Swords. Look at that. We were talking about a higher mind, higher intelligence. And we have Ace of Swords here talking about having brilliant ideas, okay? Brilliant revolutionary ideas. We have that paired with the Knight of Pentacles. These are ideas that are meant to, they're meant to take you pretty far, financially, material wise. You have some sort of let me go back. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not creativity. We've got to look at your other cards here, but I'm really seeing higher mind here, intelligence, okay? Perhaps you're doing something within higher education as well, all right? Maybe you're a professor. Maybe that's what you're aspiring to be, a teacher of some sort, okay? Where you're sharing knowledge. That's really what this seems like. You're sharing knowledge. We have the Devil, and we have that in reverse. I'm going to leave that in reverse for you guys. King of Swords, we have Two of Wands. Yes. And then we have the Hermit here with the Devil in reverse. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. 10 of Cups. Oh, beautiful, you all. Absolutely beautiful. Your life path, purpose. Okay. Gorgeous. All right, guys. So, yes, you are here. I'm definitely hearing to like prepare the way. Prepare the way is what I'm hearing here. And I'm thinking for future generations. And if you are a teacher, or that's like your aspiration is to be a teacher, or I'm even hearing like guidance, like giving guidance, like a guidance counselor, like maybe a school counselor, maybe a therapist, maybe, like I said, a teacher, a professor, something. You have wisdom and knowledge to share with the world. And I'm seeing here that that's really your life purpose is so tied with that. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have no interest in being a teacher, if you have no interest in doing any of those things that I said, okay, that doesn't mean that you have to go suddenly change everything and go do that. First of all, this is a general reading. If you want a specific reading for yourself, like I said, I do offer those. You can go check that out. But as far as general reading wise, or as far as this goes, this can happen in a lot of different ways, okay? This could be imparting knowledge and advice, okay, on future generations, whether this could be the kids in your neighborhood. This could be, you know, like I said, nieces, nephews, cousins. This could be your own children. Perhaps you're a stay-at-home parent and this is just you teaching your children how to move within the world, okay? But I'm seeing here a big part of your life purpose is to share this knowledge and wisdom that you have, that you've accumulated possibly over multiple lifetimes, possibly within this lifetime. This is something you've been prepared for. And like I said, I'm hearing that you are preparing a way for future generations. You're paving the way for future generations here. So let's jump in specifically to each column that we have here. So Ace of Swords. Yes, these ideas are meant to, these ideas, this higher intelligence, this like higher mind. Perhaps this could even be speaking, okay? If you enjoy public speaking as well, swords can be that energy too, okay? It's not just the mind, air is also breath, speaking. And the flip side of that is listening as well, which is why I felt a bit like guidance counselor might be something that some of you are interested in or would enjoy doing, okay? Listening to others and helping them problem solve, all right? But I'm seeing here that this is something that you're meant to profit off of financially. This is meant to meet your material needs, okay? This is meant to pay the bills, all right? Is something that I'm seeing here. And then King of Swords, he is like the expert, okay, when it comes to swords. And that is like that energy here, okay, intelligence. This is like being an expert in your field, all right? Being an expert in your field. You see here, he's paired with Two of Wands. This guy has the world in his hands. I'm seeing here even like being able to see the big picture too. I mean, I think this comes a lot with this wisdom that we were talking about with Athena, being able to really see the big picture, holding the world in your hands as well, having many, many opportunities, I'm hearing, to share this knowledge, this wisdom with others. You'll have opportunities, you'll have paths to choose too. I'm seeing here that there's multiple different ways that you can go about this. There's not just one path forward, okay? It's not just like, this is the right path, that is the wrong path. That's not what I'm seeing here in this. In fact, I'm seeing that there's multiple ways you can go about this, okay? There's multiple ways. There's not just one way to get it done and to get it done right, all right? Because of course, this is a bit subjective. You know, there is no true right or wrong way to do anything here, and then that's really what we're seeing here too, is the nuance. And I feel like you're someone who deals well with nuance, the idea of nuance. That's really what wisdom, I mean, that's a big part of wisdom, is understanding nuance, understanding that the world is not just black and white, understanding that there's a gray area that sometimes we have to operate within in order to meet certain goals, okay, or get to certain points in our life, maybe even when we're at, you know, in a heavy spot in our life, or have some sort of heavy energy that we're dealing with. Sometimes we have to operate within the gray in order to move past that. But I see that you're someone, like I said, you deal with nuance quite well. So the idea that there might be multiple paths that you can take, and not one path is going to be significantly better than the other. I think that's an idea that I think it's something you can handle. It's something you can deal with. You don't necessarily enjoy dealing in absolutes, is something I'm hearing too. So it's quite comfortable, I think, and comforting possibly for you to hear, for the, you know, people watching this, to hear that there's multiple ways to do this. You can, your life path, your life purpose can be executed in multiple ways. Just whatever works best for you. It's whatever you see fit. You're very wise. I think this wisdom didn't come from out of the blue. I mean, maybe you were someone who just, even as a child, you seemed to be a bit of an old soul. But you've been through things, you've been through some shit, and that allows you, it's like prepared you for this. It's like giving you that wisdom. You've gained that wisdom and that insight partially because you've been there, you've done that, you've had some experiences, possibly even pretty early on in life, maybe even before you were ready to really have those experiences, they happened, okay? And you've come out much stronger from that, but you've also gained a lot of insight and wisdom, you know, as a result of those situations, even though they could have been quite challenging in your path or in your past. But yes, sharing this intelligence, like I said, sharing your expertise with others, and like I said, many different ways for you to accomplish this and do this. Okay, you have the whole world in your hands. Like, the world is your oyster. Isn't that what they say? The world is your oyster. Whatever whatever it is that you would like, you have the ability to achieve that. Okay. Yeah, with this expertise and sharing your knowledge. All right. And then we have the Devil in reverse, and we have the Hermit card. So Devil in reverse, the devil in general actually talks about feeling a bit trapped by something. Okay. And this feeling of being trapped, or this state of being trapped, is temporary. Okay. And it's something that you can remove yourself from. Devil figures, or the figures who are depicted with or within the devil card, they usually have a loose chain around their necks that they could lift up over their heads. Their wrists aren't shackled, their hands aren't shackled, their feet aren't shackled. They're free to remove themselves and walk away whenever it is that they're ready to do so. Okay. They have to remove their eyes from the devil. They're usually staring right at them, but whenever they're able to avert their eyes and see, oh, I'm actually free to move, it's just a matter of doing it. The devil in reverse, for me, with this reading here for you, I'm seeing here, your life purpose is to remove those trappings, okay? To not allow yourself to stay trapped, okay? But allow yourself to let go and to move on. And then we have the Hermit here for you all. So the Hermit talks about going out on your own, kind of away from society, away from societal norms, looking for enlightenment, okay? I'm feeling here the Devil and the Hermit card here for you. It's like removing yourself from that. And this very much comes in when we were talking about being like feeling comfortable being yourself, being transparent, truly being who you are, and shine, and allowing just your true natural light to shine, and being admired for who you genuinely are at your core. With the Devil in reverse and the Hermit card, it's like the life path purpose message here is to remove yourself from the need to be accepted by everyone, and removing yourself from the need to it's like not needing to stay within society anymore, or not needing to have everyone's approval, okay? The Hermit is definitely a bit of an oddball within society, right? He's choosing to leave all the comforts of home, choosing to leave all of those things behind, grabbing just a lantern and his staff here, and he's going up, climbing this tall mountain to be on his own. He's searching for enlightenment, okay? This is a figure who is, like, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go, can't relate, within his society that he's living in. A lot of people going, I can't relate to that. I would definitely not want to do that. But I'm seeing here that part of your life path, your life purpose, is to remove those worries or those fears of what other people might think about you in your hermit journey, okay? Removing that. It's like being trapped by societal expectations or people, or the need to please others, okay? Don't worry, I'm hearing don't worry about being transparent, okay? Don't worry about being who you truly are. Don't worry about being your authentic self. It's okay. You need to let go of the need within this lifetime, your life path, your life purpose. Part of this is letting go of this need to be fully 100% integrated and accepted by everybody within your social circles, within your community, within your group, okay? Like I said, social circles, community, family, whoever that is for you specifically. It's like removing the need to be fully accepted by them, and being okay with like taking off those shackles from society that says you have to operate this way, you have to act this way, you have to say these types of things, you have to do these types of things in order to be accepted socially. This is saying that your part of your purpose is to remove that feeling of obligation, to realize that to realize that enlightenment and purpose can come from within. Going on your own journey, doing your own thing, not worrying about what other people are saying or thinking or doing, not worrying about what the people down there at the base of the mountain in the valley, not worrying about what they're doing. You're on your own path, okay? And your path is different than others, and it's about being okay with that, okay? The Devil in reverse here. It's about letting go of this need to be fully accepted, by everyone around you, okay? Releasing these people-pleasing tendencies that are preventing us from really learning more about ourselves, discovering our true selves and who we are, okay? That is something that I'm definitely seeing here. Devil in reverse and the Hermit card, okay? So, sorry, I needed a drink so bad, oh my gosh. I was so thirsty, I needed a drink of water. And that, and I don't think that there's any sort of coincidences when we're reading. And so for me to suddenly just be parched and to need a glass of water after saying this, this is refreshing, is what I'm hearing. It would be, it's once you let go of those societal expectations and you remove that chain around your neck, over your shoulders, okay? You remove that. I'm hearing here it's going to be refreshing for you, okay? It's going to be like a breath of fresh air, all right? You're going to be so relieved that you're not having to just live within the confines of society, and what they say is acceptable. Because I'm hearing you're wise beyond your years. You know that society it's a lot of groupthink. It's a lot of wounded people who are wounding people. It can be quite dark, quite unpleasant. Okay. It can be really hard to feel like you're trapped by society and these societal expectations. But for you, it might feel even more challenging because you're really supposed to let those go. Okay. Excuse me. You're really supposed to let those go and go on your own path, go on your own journey. And when you do that, when you begin to do that, you will find yourself having so much, like, desires filled and then fulfilled and then some, okay? So much happiness, so much joy. I mean, look at that. It's looking like this kid he just bold a strike, right? They've got all these trophies in the background. I think you're going to find on the other side of this, okay, you're going to find that when you let go of these societal expectations and you're not afraid to be yourself, okay, be unapologetically yourself, you're going to find yourself really feeling thrilled. I mean, this guy is so excited, and you notice everyone around him is super happy too. I mean, even dad, who's maybe feels like this kid is like they're competing or something. He's like, oh man, you got me. But everyone is happy. Everyone is like, they're rooting for you. They're cheering you on. And I think you're going to find that you're not going to, when you go on this journey, or when you allow yourself to no longer operate by society's really harsh standards, you're going to find that you have a lot more people in your corner than what you anticipated. And you're going to have a lot of people cheering you on and being happy for you that you're doing what's best for you and you're remaining true to yourself, not to what I guess society would say, okay? What maybe the mainstream normies might say about your path, okay? Letting that go. There's going to be so much joy and fulfillment in that process, pile number one. But this is what I'm seeing for you, for your life path and life purpose, okay? So higher mind enlightenment, preparing the way for future generations. Maybe this is teaching future generations, like I said. Lots of different ways to go about this, okay? Lots of different options for you. I do see this is something that's going to support you financially. And in the end, the real trick to it is going to be to remove these societal expectations, remove this off your shoulders, let go of that load, go on, do your own thing, okay? Do it your way. Do it the way that you see fit, the way that you see is best for you. You're going to have a lot of people celebrating that, pile number one. But this is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. I want to thank your guides for coming through too to deliver this message. If the video resonated, please like and then subscribe to the channel. It helps so much. And then, like I said, if you're interested in getting a very specific life path or life purpose reading from me, I'd be happy to do that. Like I said, that link is in the Etsy, it's an Etsy link. It is in the description box down below. Should be right above the timestamps. But anyways, like I said, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen Truth Trin. Ugh, I know I'm mispronouncing that, and I am so sorry. I apologize. Anyways, she is a heroine. She's known as the Rebel. We are going to take a look in the guidebook and learn a little bit about her, a little bit more about her before we go on. Or actually, let's go ahead and draw your cards, draw the rest of your oracle cards, and then we will learn a little bit more about her. I'll read just her little keywords from the book. I don't have her information memorized yet, so we will do that for you guys, but let's go ahead and get some oracle cards for you guys, and we'll do your tarot, and we will find out your life path or life purpose. Okay, we will figure out what that is for you. Now, I do want to go ahead and just say this is a general reading. Okay, so some things may resonate, some things may not. So just take what resonates, leave the rest. If you are interested in having a personal life path or life purpose reading with me, I have a link for that down below in the description box. It's an Etsy link. I have a bunch of different ones on my Etsy that I'm offering right now. But anyways, check that out if you're interested. But let's go ahead, jump in, find out a little bit more about your life path or life purpose, okay? We'll go ahead and draw your herbal astrology card here. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing this one. We have Ginseng Magician. Ooh, number 40. This is that card, so you can see it a little bit better. It looks like he has one mandrake here possibly, or I think so, mandrake root. Or is that actual ginseng? It's probably ginseng, you guys. Don't get me lying to ya. I couldn't look at that root and tell you what it is. I'm just making an educated guess. Excuse me. But anyways, so we've got the ginseng card, magician. Let's grab your other oracle cards, and then we will grab that guidebook for this one as well. I've never pulled this card before. I've read through them all, but I haven't actually worked with this card yet. So very, very exciting to see this come up in your reading pile number 2. We have playful penguin, whimsy, community, loyalty, sanguine spirit of the snow, teach me the value of family and friends. Aw, okay. And then let's grab your final oracle card, and then we'll look at some guidebooks, get some keywords, key phrases for you all. This one did not want to. We have perspective. Okay. Kind of a hanged man moment here. Does seem like you're here to gain a different perspective, maybe from past, in comparison to past lifetimes, if that's something that resonates with you or that you believe in. Whimsy, community, and loyalty as well. Magician here, definitely giving me, obviously, magician tarot card vibes, where you have lots of elements at your disposal to really create your own reality, and kind of create the type of life that you want. But let's go ahead, grab some guidebooks real fast. So we will start with our beautiful heroine here, the Rebel, okay? So rebellion, reputation, and resistance. I'm gonna read her story for you guys. Because I don't think she's as well known as like some of our, like pile number 1 was Athena. Lots of people have heard of Athena. But I'm going to read her story for you all. So she's a Vietnamese woman who led a rebel army in battle while riding atop an elephant against the occupying Chinese. She's regarded as a national and legendary heroine. Okay, so this card talks about doing your own thing and trying to thrive despite current circumstances, okay? Taking necessary steps to get to where you want to be. You may have naysayers around you, people around you saying that you can't do it, that they're offering harsh feedback or kind of a lack of support. And you have the ability to recognize that, is what I'm hearing here. You have the ability to recognize the presence of like the haters or the fake or the false supporters. Let's see. says, do not bow, do not break. You're on the precipice of a breakthrough. Transformation is on the way. So this lifetime life purpose is definitely about transformation for you. Okay, don't lose faith in yourself or allow the wrong and negative critiques of people who will never understand you deter you from your goals. Ooh, okay. So you're here in this lifetime to do things a little bit differently than those who have come before you. Okay, now those that have come before you in this sense, this could be ancestors, okay, family members, this could be people in your community, all right? This could be, it's going to be different for everybody, because this is a general reading, but being a bit rebellious, doing things your own way, it's like you see a different perspective. It's like you're able to see things differently than others, and it makes you come across as a bit of a rebel, maybe even come across as a rebel without a cause. Perhaps that's been used to describe you, or you've heard people say that, kind of in reference to maybe I'm hearing like maybe your actions or something like that. That's kind of, you've maybe heard that phrase before, or something like that. But really what it is you're here to get a different perspective, okay? Or you're here to clue others in on this different perspective, to give others a different perspective, possibly to say, hey, there's more than one way to do this, or hey, we don't have to just do things the same way it's always been done because it's always been done that way. Why don't we do something different? You bring in like a fresh new perspective. Whimsy here definitely coming out. I think you're like a very fun person is what I'm hearing. You're a very fun, whimsical person, maybe a little eccentric, maybe a little bit different from those around you, maybe those you grew up with. Maybe you feel a little bit like the rebel, a little bit like the oddball, but I think you're very you're loved for that though. You're still very loyal, okay? You care a lot about your community. I think that's why this message is coming through, or that message came through with the with this card specifically. I'm not going to continue to try it. I'm not going to try to say her name and continue to butcher it. It makes me feel so bad. But anyways, I think that's why I was coming through. Don't listen to the haters, don't listen to people's harsh criticisms, okay? I think it can be hard for you to hear that from others that you care about, or others within your community, because you do have such a loyalty to them, okay? And what they are, maybe what you see with your perspective, but maybe something that they don't see, is your rebellious nature, or this rebellion, or perceived rebellion, rather, is actually for the good of your community. It's actually for the good of your descendants. It's actually for the good of your family, your friends, your loved ones. To them, they may just see rebellion. They may just see you being a bit different, maybe a bit maybe to them you appear a bit chaotic, a bit scattered, or maybe even a bit of this like bulldog energy, where you just like you're gonna go for it, you're not gonna let go. Like once you sink your jaws into something, you sink your teeth into something, you're not just letting it go, okay? And that is something that I'm hearing for you. Let's look at this Magician card here. Give me a minute. Okay, ginseng, yes. Jupiter and Uranus, okay? And we have Master Manifestor, Boundless Energy, Potential, Resourcefulness, and Expansion. Yeah, definitely mirroring like the magic or magician card within the tarot. And let's see here what else I'm seeing. It's very, very wordy guidebook, many, many pages of information. I'm not gonna make you guys sit there and listen to me read all of that. So yes, ginseng, like the magician and the tarot, embodies wizardry and brilliance. You're a master manifestor. Now is the time to sow the seeds of your dreams to bring your intentions to fruition. The tools, skills, and wisdom you've gathered have led you to this moment. Remind you to keep a clear vision consistently, unmotivated by ego, and to manifest a deeply powerful and creative light in alignment to your higher self. Okay, don't fall into the trap of empty intentions just because of the obsessive focus on the end result. Listen and realize deeply listen and realize to the wizard within and act solely with intention and for the greater good. Okay, I feel like that's just what you're here to do. You're here to act solely for intention and for the greater good. And though it may make you appear a bit rebellious, okay, to do things your own way, all right, that's just how you might come off to others, but it's just that you have a different perspective, okay? You're still very loyal to to those who are loyal to you, to those who you love, okay? Let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab your tarot cards now. Learn a little bit more about this life path or life purpose for you. Ooh, way too many cards here. Way too many cards. Let's go ahead. Find out a little bit more from my pile number 2s. Then we have... and this guy, and this one keeps wanting to pop out, so we'll put her there. We'll flip her over when we feel ready. So we have 7 of Pentacles, okay, with the Hierophant. Yes. Okay. You guys, I'm so excited. Your reading is so exciting. Then we have the Emperor in reverse. I'm going to leave that in reverse for you guys. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. And I'm going to leave that in reverse for you as well, actually. And then let's just leave her here. And we're just going to leave her here for now. I don't feel like it's time to flip her over yet. So 7 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay. Right here, this is talking about how, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles, she's seeing a return on her investment, on her hard work, but she's not necessarily thrilled. Like, she just feels like more could be done. Like, it could be done better. Like, she deserves more. Like, she could have more. Like, this is great and all, but there's so much, but there's just like so much more she'd like to attain, right? She's had to work quite hard for this. Okay. This is kind of how you're being portrayed here. It's like you're not satisfied with the traditional way of doing things. You're tired of that, okay? You've come into this world, into this life, and you've been given a new perspective, a different perspective, okay? A fresh perspective is what I am hearing here, where, you know, you're ready to move on past the old traditional ways of doing things. And it may seem to others like you're just being rebellious for the sake of being rebellious. But in reality, you're just tired of the old way of doing things because you know that there is a better way. You know that there is a better way. And you're willing to appear rebellious and maybe even risk your reputation, I guess you could say, in order to make this change, okay, and to create this life that you're wanting for yourself. And I'm hearing for future descendants as well. Something that's coming through both with pile 1 and with this pile. And I'm going to venture a guess that pile 3 will be similar. Breaking out of old patterns, old generational patterns, removing that generational trauma, stopping that in its path, and paving the way for like a better future for future generations, for your descendants, okay? If you're interested in having children, or if you do have children, just making a better path forward, paving a better way. Seeing a different perspective here as well. Okay. So right here, it's like, you know, that sure, like the way things, like you see the way things have been done, it works, but it's not really great, and it could be better. And you see that, and you know that, and you're ready to move past these old traditional ways of thinking, of maneuvering within the world. You just see that they don't really, they fall flat. They fall short of what it is that you actually want in your life. And you know that, okay? You, like I said, you have a very different perspective than maybe others in your community, in your family, okay? You're just, it's like you're a bit of the oddball, but honestly, there's like this sense of, I still feel like there's this deep connection between you and this community, even if they do feel like maybe you're a bit rebellious, maybe you're a bit of a rebel, maybe they don't see things the same way you do, okay? But there's still that love there and that community there is what I'm hearing, and an appreciation for the whimsy, for the differences that you bring to the table, okay? But yes, no longer satisfied with doing things the way that everyone has done it, wanting to do something different here. And then with Knight of Wands as well, okay? And just going back real fast, this can have to do with the way in which you make money, okay? Maybe many generations before you made money, paid the bills in a very specific traditional way. You know, maybe I don't know, just as an example, maybe they graduate high school, go to college, get their 4-year degree, go out into the workforce, and they work until they are retirement age, and then, you know, that's it. They work their whole life doing that, you know, working for someone else. Or, you know, or if you have a family, or if your family's all entrepreneurs, then this might be, you know, and that's their traditional way of doing things. You might come in and shake things up by saying, hey, I don't want to own my own business. I have no interest in doing that. This is just doing things in a way that is very different than how you were raised. Okay. This very different from like traditional ways of thinking and maneuvering and gaining wealth. Okay. So like I said, if you have a family full of people who, you know, I don't know, just some more examples here. A family full of people who they don't want to own their own business. They work for someone else, and that's what makes them happy. And you come in and go, no, I want to do my own thing. I want to run my own thing. I want to make those decisions. I want to have that freedom. Or this could be, you know, someone saying, hey, you know, a more traditional role for you. You know, if you're like a female, more traditional role might be staying at home, not being the breadwinner, taking care of like kind of doing homemaking or something, and you say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go out and make my own money. There's lots of different options here, because this is a general reading, but that is what I'm seeing here. You're building wealth in a way that is very unconventional and not traditional, breaking out of that. Because you see here, she's very just apathetic, kind of dissatisfied, not amused really with, you know, this money here and this Hierophant card here, doing it in a very traditional way. She's not thrilled about it. Now, moving on to the Knight of Wands, this is talking about passion, creativity, okay? And then the Emperor in reverse here can talk about being too rigid, okay? Being too rigid, being a bit of a control freak. I'm seeing here that you want to move past that energy, okay? Your creativity, I'm hearing your creativity knows no bounds. Is the message coming through, is something that I'm hearing here. But yeah, it's like you almost have you have a passion for doing things your own way. And that might ruffle some feathers, because there are people out there who can be very rigid, okay, and very uncompromising, all right, and maybe a bit of a control freak. And you're moving past that, okay? You've got these creative ideas. You don't want to live a life that's super rigid. And I'm seeing here that you're not meant to live a really rigid traditional life. That's not what you're meant to do, okay? You're meant to break out of that box and to do something different. Follow your passions, your creativity, okay? With this Knight of Wands and this Emperor card, just skirting on past this strict, rigid, control freak energy here that the Emperor embodies. And then we have Knight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Cups talks about searching for that thing that, like, searching for something that will fill his cup, okay? He has something in mind that he knows will fill his cup, and he is searching for that thing, okay? Searching for whatever it is going to really fill his cup up, going to really bring in happiness, okay? Having his desires met, bringing in happiness. That's what he's searching for. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here for you. So I'm seeing here that you're looking for fulfillment in a way that is different than others before you, okay? I'm seeing that you don't necessarily find fulfillment in the material. Maybe for those who've come before you, money, material things are very, very valuable. They're very highly valued. I'm gonna continue to say where you come from. These are your primary caregivers. This doesn't have to necessarily be, biological parents. This could be whoever it is who raised you, whatever your background is. They've greatly valued money, and in a very, very traditional sense. Definitely greatly valued this traditionalism here, being a bit strict, rigid, a bit of a control freak. And then, like I said, it's like you're here to look for fulfillment outside of the financial. And it's possible, and it's possible that you continue to find yourself in situations in which you have your financial needs met, you have your material needs met, and then you're still going, it's just like, I can pay my bills. I have extra money to do the things that I want to do. I have the things that I want, I guess, but it just doesn't really do it for me. There's still more out there. And that's what I'm seeing here is you're not meant to find that fulfillment with material things, okay? With material wealth. You may have come from a background where there was plenty of wealth to go around. And so for you, it doesn't seem like it's something that's like a resource that's scarce. You know that there's plenty of money, and that that's not what's going to fill your cup. It's not what's going to bring you true happiness, okay? And you're searching for that thing that will bring you true happiness. And we have Two of Cups here, okay? This is talking about commitment, all right? Commitment to something, a big commitment, honestly. I mean, it's not a major arcana card. It's not like the Lovers here where we're talking about making a big choice, but the Two of Cups still talks about commitment here. Perhaps you find it, especially we have the faithful or the playful penguin here. I glanced, it looked like faithful. The playful penguin here with community, loyalty, talking about the value of family and friends. Okay, the Two of Cups can talk about relationships, not just romantic relationships, but also friendships as well. Okay, people who we choose to have in our life. And that's the thing is, it's these friendships and relationships that really bring you joy and fill your cup up, rather than the material, searching for this material wealth and power. That just ain't it for you. It just doesn't do it for you. And it may make you seem like a bit of a rebel when it, from the perception of your family or, like I said, where it is that you came from. This might make you seem a bit rebellious. It might make you a bit different or make you stand out a little bit. But I'm here to tell you, it's your life and you have to live your life on your own terms. They're not living your life, you are. And one day, if we're being just a bit brutally honest here, when we're talking about family members, maybe parents, grandparents, one of those days they're not going to be around, and you're going to have to be happy with your life choices. And hopefully you've made those choices, those decisions for yourself rather than for these other people or for someone else, who maybe just doesn't get it and they just don't see it from your perspective. Okay. They're just not seeing this other side of the coin that you are able to see. Okay. That's kind of what I feel like with Queen of Pentacles here. It's like showing a different side of the coin. It's like, but there's a different side to all this money. Okay. And that can be, being uptight, being stingy, being, selfish, greedy, maybe putting family on the back burner because, finances, career, job is way more important. This may have been your background or kind of where you came from, and you're here to flip the script and change that. You see value. You see a greater value in people and in relationships rather than just in things. Okay. That is what I'm seeing for you. Pile number 2, your life purpose is to move past this feeling of, or move past this idea that material things are what's going to bring you happiness. I think that that's not the case, that this is an old way of thinking for you, that you're ready to move past, okay? And you're here to move past. That is your life purpose, is to deconstruct this, okay? Follow your passion. And if your passion is people, okay, whether that's helping others and maybe not making a lot from that, whether that's just mostly cultivating your relationships with others, being there for others, having others be there for you, that reciprocation, then that's possible that's really what your life purpose is here, is to make these connections with others, even if this does make you seem like quite a rebel. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of cards, learn a little bit more about this. Yeah, I want to get more cards for you. I'm trying to determine what specifically we need to hear about this, because I'm definitely seeing that, you have a different perspective from your family. You care a lot about loyalty, about people, about relationships. And like I said, not necessarily romantic relationships, so that might be the case for you personally, but more like just being in relationship with others, okay? Having that connection and that commitment to others, even if these are just friends, it does, like I said, doesn't have to be romantic. That's really what you're here to do, is make those connections. Let's get some advice for you. I'm just going to get a couple of cards. Let's get some advice from your guides. See if they have any advice for you regarding your life path, your life purpose, anything they want you to know, any advice that they have for you. We got 5 of Wands. Okay. And then I hold this card back here, Strength. All right. Yes. So a little bit of information, heads up, advice, kind of combined into one here, and then a bit of a pick-me-up as well with the Strength card. So message from your guides here is that this might cause a bit of conflict, okay? And I think that it does for you a little bit. Now, this could be internal conflict. This could be external conflict, okay? But there's conflict around this life path, life purpose, because it can be a bit challenging to move past or to change our perspective, or to just maybe even be the person who sees things differently. That can cause a lot of conflict. A lot of conflict in certain circles, possibly, particularly the one that you came from, okay? The family you were born into, or like I said, whoever were your primary caregivers. This can cause a little bit of conflict between you and them. But I'm also hearing, particularly with this sitting right here on the 7 of Pentacles and this Hierophant, is that to a certain extent, you're avoiding conflict, unnecessary conflict. You're avoiding unnecessary conflict by not being so caught up in this like material shit. Yeah. Like I almost see that this is them all fighting. And like you're not even in this. Like this might cause a lot of discord. Maybe your different perspective comes in and it causes a bit of conflict, a bit of discord, maybe a bit of chaos between the others, like these people who came from the same background you did, grew up with you possibly, because they don't see things with this perspective. They're like, I don't understand. Why don't you want to go work a 9 to 5 and make a bunch of money? Why is it that or why aren't you choosing a career that you know is going to pay well? Why are you choosing a career that cares more about connecting to others? This could be like just some career types of examples where you're connecting with others. This could be a counselor, okay, or a therapist. This could be a healthcare worker, okay? We do have this symbol right here. Okay, so this could be this. You might be interested in being a healthcare worker, and you're not going to make bank doing that. You know that you could go be an investment banker or some corporate crap like that. But you're going, no, I care more about connections to people. I care more about helping people. I care more about healing people. And I know that I'm not going to be, super crazy wealthy and make as much money, I guess, as I could if I chose something else, but this is what's meaningful to me, okay? And it takes a lot of strength, okay, to be in that position to where you're kind of the odd one out, where you're kind of the one saying, it's not really about money. It's really about helping people, okay? It's really about, being there for people. It takes a lot of strength to stand up and say that. And I'm seeing that that's something that you are gifted with. That's like an innate gift, an innate talent that you have is strength, okay? Strength to be different and to handle it marvelously. Is she not handling the situation marvelously? Like, she looks absolutely incredible, okay? She's absolutely gorgeous. She's got her sunnies on. She's got her cute little yellow heels. Like, we've got lots of confidence here, okay? Sunglasses on because everything under the sun is beautiful and wonderful. This is a card that talks about Leo, okay, the sign of Leo, which is represented by the sun, okay? So, or works in conjunction with the sun here. So, yes, she's just like everything sunshiny and great, and she's just not even concerned, just very chill. And I feel like that's something that you have been like, it's like a talent that you have been given in order to handle this type of situation and really move towards this life purpose, okay? The strength to actually be different, the strength to have a different perspective and to communicate, hey, I'm not doing it this way. This looks like a lot of like mess and issues that I don't want to mess with. I'm going to do things my way. And that's prioritizing people over things, okay? Prioritizing people over profits. Maybe that's something that resonates for you. But this is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. You're here to kind of break down and challenge these old ways of thinking and of maneuvering within the world, this rigid, traditional way, okay, that really emphasizes money, and moving on, like following your passion and moving towards this place in your life where where you're helping others. This is what your life purpose is. You're here to help others, okay? To give to others and to be in relationship with others. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I want to thank your guides for coming through to give you this message. Please like the video if it resonated for you. Subscribe to the channel. It helps so much. And like I said, if you guys are interested in having a personal life path or life purpose reading from me, I have a link in the description box down below to my Etsy page, and you can find those on there. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye. reverence, respect, and diplomacy. Her story is she was happily single. Because she never found a man who was her equal. So she was a beloved leader and legendary Filipino warrior princess who protected her people during a chaotic time. So this talks about not falling into people-pleasing behaviors, doing your own thing, kind of paving your own path, never settling for anything less than what you want or know that you deserve, okay? Letting down people gently with respect for their feelings, but also not owing anyone any part of yourself, okay? So this is talking about being diplomatic when it comes to saying, yeah, no thanks, that's not for me. I think that that's something that you're really good at. You're very diplomatic. I don't think people pleasing is something, it might be something that you feel like you have to walk a fine line between, people pleasing and, am I trying to just maintain the peace, or just trying to maintain peace while I gently say no thank you, or am I people pleasing a little bit too much? I think there's that line there for you. And perhaps maybe, as like I said, this is a general reading, you're maybe on the opposite of that. Some of you may be in a situation where you the challenge is being a bit softer when really you'd like to be a bit more harsh and say, hey, no. Instead of, oh, no, thanks. It's like, yeah, no, not interested. So there's probably two different groups of you here. A group of you who might have no problem being direct and might, the challenge might be softening your approach a little bit, where there might be others where the challenge might be, being too soft about your approach and not being direct enough. But anyways, let's grab your other oracle cards here, learn a little bit more about your life path and purpose. So let's see. My pile number 3s. I am feeling this card for you. And we have, I'm not going to be able to, Mitragnia? Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's some imagery on here that I'm gonna have to cover if you give me a moment, but this is your card, Mitragnia. Oh my gosh, you guys. Of course, the one card that's challenging to say. Anyways, give me a minute. I'm gonna just cover this imagery real fast and then we will jump right back in. Okay, so I have the imagery covered for YouTube. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the guidebook real fast. Just taking a look at a couple of sentences. It's a pretty wordy guidebook. Lots and lots of pages of information per herb, which is wonderful. Before reading like this, it can be a lot. I'm not going to make you sit there and listen to me read all that. So I'm going to just scan and intuit what it is that needs to be said. But I will read the key words for you guys. As you can see, this is ruled by Saturn and Neptune here. Okay. This plant, Mitragnia, I think is how you say it. The key words, key phrases: subconscious healing, synchronizing inner and outer worlds, shape-shifting, time travel, and transcendence of illusion. Okay, synchronizing inner and outer worlds, that gives me diplomacy vibes so much here. It really jumps out at me. Like that, finding that balance, between within and without, finding that balance between doing what feels right for you while also being diplomatic or generally kind to those who are doing things differently than you, is kind of what I'm hearing here. Shape-shifting is a key phrase here, okay, for this particular herb. Let's see if there's anything else that jumps out here. Let's see. So, the balance. Yes, balance right here. The balanced side represents the ability to shapeshift and adapt across realities. Like the dragonfly, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, you guys. This herb grants us the power to break through the illusionary facade, we often accept as reality, providing us the freedom from pain in order to break through limiting illusions. Okay, this helps us initiate subconscious healing from the trauma experienced from endless cycles of pain and suffering. Dragonfly medicine invites us to seek out the parts of our habits that have gone unchanged, unnoticed, and stagnant. Ask yourself, have I tended to the changes I've been wanting to make? Don't get lost in the labyrinths of self-doubt. Break free from the elusive belief systems that hold back your transformation. And those belief systems, they're like traditional belief systems, because Urduja was very, very untraditional, right? She said, no, I'm not going to get married. I am not going to do all that. I'm not messing with that. I'm going to be a powerful warrior, even though I'm a female, even though that goes against the traditional methods of doing things, even though I feel totally different within than the way the rest of the world out there feels, you know, and doing it in a diplomatic way as well. Saying, hey, you know, that energy is just not for me. This is what I'm doing instead. It's like communicating in a way that's kind and diplomatic. So yeah, very, very interesting energy. Let's get your other oracle cards here. Then we'll grab your tarot cards. We'll talk some more about it. I got all hung up on these because these cards are so beautiful and amazing. We have Proud Peacock, Prestige, Self-Respect, and Awareness. This says, Regal Bird, bursting with color, your confidence and grace I would know. Ooh, yes. Having the self-respect to do things the way that work best for you, even if it's totally different than what others are doing, even if it's the untraditional way of doing something. Okay, and then we have Proud Peacock. So you're definitely life path, life purpose is to kind of go your own way, do your own thing to a certain extent. And with shape shifting here too, I feel like you have the ability and diplomat to really blend, to blend in, to see both sides. Maybe it's kind of giving me Libra, honestly. Maybe you're a Libra or have some sort of major Libra placements, maybe not, and that's totally fine. But there's some of you that might. It is kind of giving that, like the ability. It's like the ability to go between worlds, shape-shifting here. You can blend in their world out there where they'll have all their traditional norms, while also remaining true to yourself. Like you can be diplomatic while also staying true to yourself and maintaining that self-respect. Let's see here for you, pile number 3. We have growth. This card is so gorgeous. Look at that. Growth, transcendence is something I'm seeing too here as well for you. This like transcending into this new, it's like a fresh energy is kind of what it feels like, this fresh new. We've got spring here as well. We've got these blossoms. Everything is blooming, growing. Yeah, you're really here to grow as a person. Pile number 3. And to a certain extent, we all are, but this growth is really important for you. That's why it's being highlighted here. So let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards. See what we have. All right. And then feeling, not all those, just those 2. Okay. And then I'm going to get one for right here. A couple of the piles had just like a random extra card that came out that we just kind of sat right there and we flipped it over whenever we felt like it was the right time. So I'm going to do that for you guys. Again, I feel called to do that. So that's what we'll do. We have 9 of Wands here with the Chariot. Okay. We have 3 of Cups with 3 of Wands. All right. Your energy is it's like very feisty. Pile number 3. That's what I'm feeling here. You got this like feisty energy. And then we have 7 of Swords. I don't feel like we need to read that one in reverse. So interesting. 7, 7, 3, 3. We actually have another 7 here. The Chariot's Major Arcana 7. Let's go ahead and turn this over. And we have the Devil. in reverse. And I'm going to leave that in reverse for you. Okay. Pile number 3. All right. 9 of Wands here with the Chariot. This is talking about having your kind of having, I don't want to say boundaries necessarily, having your guard up, okay? Having your guard up. You're very guarded is what I'm hearing here. Very guarded, particularly when it comes, to, it's like this type of movement. You're a bit guarded. Let me grab, let's see. I want to make sure you guys can see the deck. I'm just going to set it right here. Let me see if that's within view. Give me a moment. It is. It's pretty good. It's good enough. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me get another card here because I'm feeling some type of way, but I would like some confirmation. Okay. I think this really feels like there's this past here of like this lack of stability, or like having a lot of conflict, like where you came from. When I say where you came from, I've said this in a couple of different, and I think at least the last pile, I'm just talking about your roots, your upbringing, okay? Whether this is your biological parents, whoever your primary caregivers were, if you had a consistent, stable primary caregiver, it kind of feels like with this 9 of Wands and this Chariot, like maybe you didn't. Like maybe there was a lack of stability, maybe there was a lot of conflict in your early life here. A little bit of conflict, a lack of stability, lots of movement, lots of change, and big movement, big changes too within life. And then we have the Magician here. Excuse me. So I'm seeing here, this could even be, for some of you, this could be moving away from this conflict. Like in the past, having felt like you had to be really defensive, that's the word. I was like, what is that word that I'm thinking of? Defensive. 9 of Wands gives me very like defensive energy here, okay? Like you're just really on the defense. You're feeling a little bit beat up. And you're like ready to move on past that. Yeah. Ready to move on past that. You're tired of feeling like you've had to be on the defensive. You're ready to create a different type of life for yourself. Okay. Perhaps this the old way of doing things, your background. Okay. Maybe you have a family background of people who are in a lot of conflict, okay? There's lots of conflict around, and so you're really a great diplomat because you're able to diffuse this conflict. But you know, that can be really exhausting, having to constantly be the diplomat, having to constantly be the one to help solve everybody else's problems, okay? Or help everybody else work through their stuff. You know, that can be exhausting a little bit. So this is about moving past that type of energy where you're not feeling like you're on the defensive all the time. And maybe feeling like you have to defend your life choices, defend the moves that you choose to make in life, okay? There's times where you might feel that way. But with the Magician here coming through kind of as the clarifier for this row right here, this is something that you have control over. You can change this, and possibly you're meant to change this, you know, meant to create a life where you're not feeling like you're always on the defense or feeling like you always have to defend your actions, you know. Let's see what else we have here. We have 3 of Cups and 3 of Wands. So this energy here, 3 of Cups talks about working with others or celebrating with others, enjoying the company of others, okay? And 3 of Wands talks about expanding your horizons, okay? So life path, you guys, life and path together, something about that F and then that TH, it gets me every time. But anyways, so your life path or life purpose might have to do with being involved in the community, okay? Being involved in a group of people. You might find that, you might find that many of your opportunities, many great opportunities tend to come your way when you're in relationship with others, whenever you're celebrating with others or spending time with others, or maybe it's your social circle, okay, that tends to offer your social connections that tend to offer a lot of different options for you, okay? They have a lot to offer as far as your path forward, okay? Or as far as achieving certain goals or moving towards your passion. You're able to see new horizons as a result of this social dealings here. I'm hearing you're like a very social person. I think you pride yourself. Like I said, I think this diplomat thing, I'm still feeling very Libra energy here, but it's like you pride yourself in being able to get along with everybody. And as a result, you have a lot of opportunities that come through your social connections here. And then with this, let's see here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, lots of financial opportunities that come through to you via your social connections. It's like you're meant to be a social butterfly to a certain extent. Pile number 3, it's like that's kind of what you're meant to do. We have prestige here as well. Shape-shifting too. You know, it's almost, you see here we have this crow, and it's like, I mean, obviously these are two different figures, but it's almost like this crow has ascended up to here. This could be a bit of social climbing, socioeconomic climbing, possibly moving away from, or like moving up the socioeconomic ladder, so to speak. Maybe moving to a higher socioeconomic class than what you came from. And you have the ability to kind of go between worlds and shapeshift. You can get along with the people who you grew up with. You can get along with those people who have the same origin you do, but you're also able to be a bit of a chameleon, and you can fit in, blend in with this higher society or this higher socioeconomic status here. And it actually gives you lots of opportunities because you're able to be, the diplomat thing, it's like you're like very well liked, okay? Very, very well liked. Yeah. Very well liked, and this grants you a lot of opportunities in life, and that's how it's meant to be. So if this is something that you feel guilty for, this is just something I'm hearing come up for a couple of you. If this is something that you feel guilty for, don't. This is still hard work. Getting along with people, being diplomatic, okay? Being everyone's friend to a certain extent, I guess you could say, just getting along with everybody, and moving away from this feeling where you're like on the defensive and where you're like, she's not getting along with these people, obviously, right? They're like coming for her. And it's moving on past that energy with the Chariot here, moving away from that energy of feeling like it's you against the world. It's moving away from that and creating the type of life that you want. Instead of running away from the outside world or running away from something that's unfamiliar, you move towards it instead, okay? You move towards it and then find out, oh, actually, by doing that, I've created a bunch of different connections that I didn't anticipate I would. And now there's all these other opportunities because of who I've met, because of Three of Cups is very networking-ish to a certain extent. I mean, Three of Pentacles, you could argue would be a bit more like that, but I'd say Three of Cups is just as valuable. And in your situation, 100%, when we're talking about networking and opening up doors for you, expanding your horizons, new opportunities coming in. 7 of Cups and 7 of Swords here for you as well. So you're meant to have lots of options here in this lifetime. Pile number 3, lots of options here for you to choose from. And this Seven of Swords here to me is saying, it's talking about choosing wisely. It's talking about being clever in your choice, okay? Seven of Swords, taking advantage of opportunities as they come around, okay? Like, these are, it's almost like the Seven of Cups. It's like these are a bunch of different opportunities coming towards you, or that come towards you in this life. And this is you taking advantage of those, you know, as they come up, when it works. And look, Ace of Swords here too. So yes, having this, like having all these options, an idea coming to you and you going for it and saying, you know what, that's a great idea. I am going to run with that. I am going to make that work for me, make it work for myself is what I'm hearing here. Because the Seven of Swords, she's definitely taking, the Seven of Swords is always, that figure is always making whatever the situation is. They're like making, you know, turning lemons to lemonade, right? They're saying, hey, okay, this may be the hand that I'm dealt, but I am really going to make the best of it, and I'm going to be clever about how I do it so that it works out to my advantage or works out in my favor. And that's what I'm seeing here, this very like clever way of moving. And Ace of Swords too isn't just about thought. This air energy is also about speaking. So you might be very diplomatic with your words. You might be able to charm people with your words. Seven of Swords here too, okay? Kind of charm people with the way that you speak, the way that you act around others, the way you interact with others. Once again, air energy, diplomat, giving more Libra. You guys will have to let me know in the description or in the comment section down below if you guys have any Libra energy or air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, because yes, definitely seeing that here where you guys have lots of options and you guys really do make the best of every single opportunity that comes up. You make the best of it. You work it to your advantage. And I think that that's what you do in your social circles as well. And it's why you've been able to procure so many opportunities for yourself, particularly when we're talking about like our financial situation, our career. You know, maybe you've met some people and you've been able to kind of procure some great opportunities for yourself that expand your horizons and take you to a whole new level. And you're able to do that quite well. With the Magician here, I think you're really great at manifesting. I think that's part of your life purpose, life path, is to manifest this type of life. I think that you've been wanting for a long time and experiencing that growth, okay? Like I said, going to new levels, to higher levels, transcending. And this, like I said, this doesn't just have to be internal. This could also be quite literally moving up the social ladder, okay? Up this to a new or a higher social hierarchy, a higher level within the hierarchy, okay? Because we have prestige here as well. I think you're very, very well respected in your social circles. And you'll find that that will continue and even grow as you move forward within your life, as you age, as you move down your path here. The Devil card here in reverse, this just talks about removing chains, removing things that have kept you trapped, kept you stagnant. Let's grab a little card for our Devil card. We've got Page of Wands, okay? Things that have kept you from really going after your passions, okay? This is letting go of the things that have held you back from your passions. Perhaps this is what other people might think or say. Perhaps this is how others, you know, maybe who have a similar background as you, maybe it's the way that they perceive you. This could be lots of different things depending on your specific situation, but this is getting rid of the things in your life, or moving past the things in your life, probably your early life, that have held you back and kept you from pursuing your passion, okay? You're a very passionate person. You're a very intuitive person. And so this can be, this Devil card can be quite debilitating because it makes you feel trapped. You're the type of person, you really want to go and chase your passions, and the Devil card can keep you feeling trapped and stuck. But your life path, your life purpose here is to remove yourself from that. Whatever these expectations are that were set forth early on in life, remove those chains from around your neck and go be free to explore what it is that you're passionate about, okay? And if this passion, it might be something that's totally different from what your upbringing is or what everyone around you is comfortable with. You've got this amazing ability. It's like you have like such a way with words. You have like a silver tongue is what I'm hearing. You have like this amazing ability to finesse situations, okay, to work in your advantage. And you do it in multiple areas of life. And I think that's why the diplomat came out for you, and shape-shifting. You are able to be and say whoever it is, whatever it is you need to be and say. You're able to do that in order to make situations work for you. Like I said, you have a gift with words, you have a gift with diplomacy. Yes, just 100%. Definitely, you have a gift there. And you're meant to find prestige and to maintain your self-respect in on that journey. Oh my gosh, pile number 3. This is just so beautiful. It's so wonderful to see you like really make it. I mean, it's like you make the most of every situation. It's like you have the ability to do that, to adapt and make the most of every situation, partially because you are so diplomatic and you do get along so well with others. And as a result, people just want to give you opportunities. You might find that opportunities just kind of fall in your lap. And you're like opportunities that are big, that are even, like I said, social climbing opportunities. They just kind of fall in your lap. And it's because when you are truly being yourself, you just attract this. With the Magician card here too, you're just attracting this abundance of opportunity, honestly, is what I'm seeing. Just this abundance there. So continue doing what you're doing, you know, by getting along with everyone to a certain extent, like by not ruffling feathers too much, maintaining your self-respect, but not ruffling too many feathers. You're able to really make an impact on others, so much so that they want to assist you. They want to help you. And by doing this, you're able to finesse everything. And like I said, following this life path, this life purpose, it's important for you to get rid of these expectations that might have been put on you super early on that really weren't fair to you, that kind of tried to stifle or dampen your creativity. Okay, follow your passion, follow that. And if there's something that's holding you back, maybe it's time to take a look and see, does that really belong in my life? Or should I just gently and kindly let that go? Okay. But this is what I am seeing for you, pile number 3. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I want to thank your guides for coming through to give you this message. If it resonated for you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps so much. Also, friendly reminder, just once again, I do have life path, life purpose readings up on my Etsy shop. So if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading from me over that, I would love to do that for you. Go check that out. But anyways, like I said, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you all in your next reading. Bye.